Good day, everyone. Welcome to my channel. Glad to be back. I missed you guys. I am going to do a little freestyling today. Not rapping, though I could. Precision, precise. Yeah. No, I'm kidding. I can't do. Let's see what we got. So sometimes charms make sense. Sometimes they don't. So we're just going to put it out on the table. We have something playful here. We have a couple different meanings when it comes to the black stars, I think. Because, you know, this way it kind of does look like the Baphomet. This could be two different groups of people that we're going to be talking about today. It could also just be someone with stars in their eyes. It could be two different healers. Now, normally, even maybe a walk of fame. This is reminding me, for some reason, of celebs. We have a tiny little crown here. So somebody could be kind of getting some recognition for something. Somebody could also be claiming to be something that they're not. I don't know why, like, these two things kind of put together gave me, like, a fake. And then we have somebody's heart is full. And with the blue here, there's a couple different charms in the bag. This one is overflowing. Possibly somebody's crying a lot. Could be about their child. I'm also seeing some sort of gift. This bunny does remind me of Easter. It's kind of it's a faceless bunny. Now that could also be like for some reason it could be giving a Playboy bunny. Yeah, because it's tying in with also like the fake that I was just seeing, like somebody pretending to be something that they're not. And somebody is gifted. The flowers always remind me of getting a gift or compliments. But yeah, something may be having to do with someone's child. And putting the heart and the toy horse there. See, the year of the fire horse ain't nothing to play with. I don't know why I'm thinking that. Somebody could be really sad over their child or something happening around Easter. Now, Black Star, that kind of reminds me too of the Radiohead song, Black Star. Blame it on the black star, blame it on the falling sky, blame it on the satellite that brings me home, is the lyrics. One of my favorite songs, one of my favorite bands, actually. What that song is about is not taking accountability for your actions. So something maybe have come up that's broken somebody's heart, but at the same time they're blaming everybody else but themselves. Can't see that. There you go. It's good to be back. It's like, this is where I want to be and what I want to be doing. Unfortunately, that's just not where I'm currently able to dedicate my time right now. But like I said, I missed you guys. I had to come in. So somebody, possibly this person whose heart is very, very sad. Like this is just giving me somebody who's overflowing with emotion, grief-stricken, so to speak, and that may be, I don't think they would be grieving, I mean, they could be, we'll find out later, they could be grieving something they did concerning a child, possibly due to some sort of addiction. When we have temperance up right here, we're talking about somebody who is balanced, somebody who is calm, like this pond that she's got one of her feet in. Somebody who is on their pathway to the highest path that they could walk. But somebody in this position is somebody who is not balanced. Possibly even drinking a lot with these, well, it could be drinking, it could be drugs. It could be drugs, but whatever it is, I keep being brought back to this heart that's full. It seems like something is out of control. Something got out of control. Somebody is out of control. Somebody, I don't know, honestly, could even be so distraught and out of their mind by whatever it is this is, possibly blaming you for it, because they're certainly not taking accountability for their own selves. They're not in alignment with their goals and their dreams. So if you know somebody who may be struggling, you're sitting over here in this energy. So it's funny because both of these cards, Temperance and the Star, this person happens to be very inspiring. This person is in alignment with their North Node. They are on the path to their highest good. The Temperance card is like, oh, you still got a bit to go, just keep walking a balanced, aligned path, and you'll certainly get there. Now the star is here. The star is healed. She's got a little spirit guide there, which is really cool because my spirit guide's name is Bird too. It's my spirit guide's nickname. It's not their real name, but it's a little inside joke. And I always, when people ask me how I know things, I like to say a little birdie told me. Because I don't think it's good, especially maybe where you live, what we do, watching and reading tarot is not always accepted. So you might not want to be like, oh, my spirit guide, because they could like put you in the crazy house, right? So this person is this could be honestly somebody that you know that is inspired by you, but at the same time, for some reason, that absolutely breaks them. It's like maybe a fake friend. Maybe a fake friend that you've had around for a long, long time. There's many cycles here, right? So like this could even be more than, this would be 8 stars on the card. This could be, somebody that's known you since you were 8, literally. It's childhood, and unfortunately they've come, I don't know if they ever were in alignment. Let's see what this person is heavily thinking about you. And I'm just noticing that one of these black stars are bigger than the other, so I'm wondering if somebody's maybe done something like here's them and here's their child. Maybe they've gotten their child into something, like if they're, say they have struggled with drugs and now their child is struggling with drugs, which in a sense would be bound to the devil. That is what the devil card means in tarot. And that certainly would, if you have some sort of heavy heart addiction, that would certainly affect your children with this toy horse there. And it would break any mother's heart, addicted or not, right? So, the Empress was right behind there. So again, we probably are speaking about somebody who does have children. We also may be speaking to somebody who is into spirituality. It seems like one person has things under control and the other one currently, but this friend could be doing that. It's just you got to take accountability, right? You have to do that shadow work. Everybody talks about doing shadow work, but nobody, I personally haven't heard the explanation of what shadow work is. And part of shadow work is sometimes looking yourself in the mirror and understanding that you're a piece of shit. Maybe not through and through, but it's worth taking a step back and be like, okay, how did I end up here? What actions of mine? Because everybody's born into a certain life. We don't have control over, say, who our parents are and things like that. And sometimes you just end up in a shitty spot. But there comes a point in time where, it's your decisions at this point. It's your decisions, and holding grudges against people, like your parents, say, just an example, it could stand for a while. You'd be like, well, I'm an alcoholic because I can't deal with the pain of my childhood. And at some point in time, like, you have to actually, like, you're not a child anymore. It's like, when you're drinking alcohol, I'm going to use alcohol, or doing drugs, you're poisoning yourself and not the people that that you perceive put you in that situation. So you gotta look at the dirty deeds that you've done. You've got to look at what influenced you to make these choices. You got to stop blaming people. Like the people who make it out of things like addiction, and bad lifestyles. That could be even a food addiction. It doesn't have to be drugs. Or spending all your money on stupid stuff, right? Like shopping is an addiction as well. But the toughest people heal themselves despite their shitty parents, despite their upbringing, despite... and we're not going to beat those addictions without taking full accountability. You have to look yourself in the eye and be like, you're a POS for doing this. It's your fault you did this. It's your fault you did this. You have to humble yourself, right? And no matter how big or small that is, was I a good parent? Like, yeah, maybe I had bad parents, but was I a good parent? Am I being a good parent? Right? Like, I used to say, I say somebody did drugs before they had children, and then, they had kids, and at some point, they got their shit together because they wanted to be a good mom. Because you didn't want to be like your parents. Or you just, you loved your kids enough to, maybe you didn't love yourself enough, but you loved your kids enough to get out of it. I feel like I'm rambling here. You guys probably all know what I'm talking about, but the fact is, what I'm trying to say is, enough with the blame game. It's time for a real hard look at yourself, and a lot of people can't do that because sometimes what they've done is hard to look at. But you gotta look at it. You gotta stare it right in the face and forgive yourself. I think that's the hardest part, is seeing where you're a POS and then actually having the gall to forgive you. And you're like, but how could I forgive me? Right? And for doing this, or this. It's like, well, here's your choices. You can forgive yourself and move on and make sure that you're a better friend, better parent, better, daughter, because this maybe it's not a mom, right? Make sure that tomorrow is better, because your kids are going to watch you conquer that demon. And maybe your child needs to see you conquer that demon so they know how to conquer demons, right? Maybe they chose to incarnate with you specifically to watch you pull yourself out of the mud so they know that they can do it. A lot of people learn from other people's mistakes. Maybe your child will learn that no matter what, their mom loves them. They may have problems, but mom, their dad, their parent, their guardian, they love them. And that love pulled them out of the worst. And you being able to conquer those addictions or battles or bad habits literally that's what your child looks at. They don't, I don't know, maybe some of them dwell, but like I said, the least you could do is pull your ass out of the mud so they can see how it's possible. Yeah, I feel pretty rambly. Jeez. Communication, third house. So we're talking actually about either this could be your neighbors. This, again, actually could be people that you grew up with. So childhood friends. It could be cousins. So one of your either childhood friends or your neighbor or your cousins, because that is where the third house resides, is going through some sort of change. 4 plus 1 up there is 5. Again, I'm seeing the 2 birds and the 2 stars. Somebody needs to... If anybody here, because I'm noticing this, like, this reminds me of the devil. This upside down star reminds me of the Baphomet. If somebody thinks they sold their soul, it's not yours to sell. Okay? The devil lies. The devil will trick you. It's not yours to sell. You can't. Now, if your child seems to be struggling with something that maybe you struggled with in the past, or even currently... you guys are going to take your asses and get the help you need, because nobody can live with this kind of fullness. I don't give a shit whether you have a crown or not. It looks like there may be 2 kids here. But there's also there's potential for healing. And I think you're going to have to maybe do it together. If you... I don't know if you were going for the love of money or material things, or if you thought outward appearances are more important than inside, morals and ethics. That's a lesson I think we all have to learn at some point. It's just, when you're getting up there in age and now your kids are following the same path you did, because you couldn't... Like, you literally end up passing your demons on to your kid. You better take care of your shit, or your kid's going to be fighting it in some way, shape, or form. Whether that be materialism, drug addiction, because the devil really, this could be anything from... You could be alone because you've literally thrown all your friends under the bus to make yourself look better. So it could be something along those lines as well, and now... Your only way of handling those feelings of shame and guilt and greed are to do really bad things. We want you to be cloaking yourself in the white light of the Holy Spirit. Envision a healing white light around you as often as you can when getting off of whatever it is that you could be on. The other thing I want you to envision to end this, 3 plus 6 is 9. We're finishing this cycle. And I'm hoping the cycle is not being complete because you're walking off into the white light. What you should be doing is grounding yourself, getting your feet in the grass. Hopefully the grass is dry enough at this point in Canada that we can, or the States, or everywhere in the world. I'm talking hi everywhere. But where I am, like right now, there's like still a chance of snow, which is insane. It's abnormal. But that's where we're at. But if you can go plant your butt on the ground, stick that tailbone down to the grass, and breathe up that prana. Oh my God, what's his name? Deep Waters. Is it Deep Waters? Diving deep, friends. Ralph, okay? Do you know what I'm talking about? He will teach you how to like get those big breaths in. You picture breathing in the white light of the Holy Spirit, holding it as long as you can, and then breathing out. When you breathe out, you're going to literally say, whether it be in your head or out loud, you are breathing out negativity, dis-ease. What do I say? I breathe in the white light of the Holy Spirit, healing, happy, and then when I breathe out, I say, out with disease, out with negativity, out with the bad, you know? I can't wait to get outside. Can you tell it's been since last year? I've been able to sit my butt on the ground. I can't even remember what I say, but in with the good, out with the bad. Take a deep breath, in with the good, out with the bad. You know, when I first started meditating like that, I kind of got, like, dizzy. You're going to find if you can do that for, like, 1 to 3 minutes, breathing in and out, in with the good, out with the bad, you're kind of going to get a buzz. And then you might need to sit down for a bit. So we're talking about old friends, neighbors. Well, it doesn't have to be old friends, but childhood friends, neighbors, cousins. The way you were raised as well with the third house. Yeah, so the other thing I'm getting with this temperance in reverse is, like, I just feel like I want to help this person. Like, I'm not personally mad at, like, I don't feel like this is you. I feel like this is somebody around you, somebody that you cared about deeply, somebody, you know, maybe that you were best friends with in childhood. Like, if anything, I'm wanting to encourage, like, this person may have done you straight up dirty. Maybe you know how they were raised and how that affected them. But, you know, if you could give your childhood friend that's struggling with drugs or alcohol or anything like that, or even materialism and just looks real ugly trying to, you know, 5 or 7 of swords people to get what they want. Like, maybe they have a big castle in the woods, but they've got it through bad means. Maybe, you know, they just live a lifestyle that, you know, I don't know, maybe they're an OF person and they've accumulated all this stuff, but somehow, like, this is also giving Monarch MK Ultra mind control as well. But these butterflies, they want to escape the castle. They want to be free. They want to run off into the forest. They want to have the courage enough to step away from whatever rich lifestyle this is, because inside they have no soul. That's like, this person upright, you know, is an angel. Like, they feel like they're in balance with the Holy Trinity, right? Like, and I'm not Catholic. I'm not churchy in any way, shape, or form, but I do know that there is power in the name Jesus. If you've ever been in a tight spot spiritually, like, say, I don't know, like when the hag comes to steal your soul at night, nothing else works but Jesus. So do what you will with that information. But, you know, this is feeling like you're close to God, you're doing everything right, you're completely balanced and in alignment, where this person, like, is almost like a hell's angel. That's really a hell's angel. You know, somebody that works for, somebody who works for bad people doing bad things. Everybody's like, oh, Hell's Angels people aren't bad. They raise money and shit. And it's like, okay, well, they also, a lot, I can't speak for everybody because I don't know everybody, but I do know, that gang member purposes are there to control things, that they have no business controlling. Like innocent people, for one. Based off of rumors, lies, and gossip. Like, if you're gonna sit around and do black magic on people, Mr. Gang members, I highly suggest you do your checks and balances first. Because if you're casting because of somebody lying for clout, that's gonna come back on you, and then what? Like, that's not a very good leader, is it? I thought you guys were good guys, right? So 36, remember the whoopee. So that's 99. We have a 9 there and a 9 there. Oh, wait. No, I'm wrong. That's a 3. So 3. Remember the whoopee, 36. So another 9. We have a 9 and a 9. This tree's been through a lot. It looks like his whole family's been taken away. It looks like something absolutely devastating and destructive has happened in this little one's life. As you can see, there's little feet under this little tree guy. He's just a baby tree. Or maybe, even a grown-up could feel like they're, they need to protect their kid's self, right? It almost seems like whatever this is, possibly this addiction, possibly this need for greed, is going to, because this is the courage card. This little tree guy, he needs courage because he needs to pick himself up from the absolute dirt and devastation and go from there. I don't remember what this card... I just feel like I need to take a quick glance in here. It's weird because I actually feel like this is like your childhood blankie or stuffy, whatever stuffy or blankie that you had when you were a child. Like, if you still have that blankie, go get it if you need it. If you're in this kind of a thing, use that blanket to heal you and your inner child, right? Be that grown-up you need for your inner child. And your, current children. Sometimes when you need to heal, I've been there. That's the only reason I can speak on this, is because I've been there. Sometimes you literally need to drop everything, including your job. Like, if you need to take care of yourself or it's over, like, if you're at the point where, like, this is do or die, like, whether it be mental health or your physical body at this point from doing years of partying and stuff, trying to cover up those wounds with, fake feel-goods, you need to take, you need to take the time. And if that means downsizing from this castle to a more cozy yet affordable way of living to take care of what really counts, which is yourself, because you can't do anything for anybody. You're not going to be able to help somebody, especially if it's your child, out of the same hole you're in, if you're in it. Like, you're going to have to be the big star and get out so you can get this person out. Because you're going to drown in sorrow. This is your kid. If you can't do it for you, do it for them. Sometimes we don't like ourselves enough to do it. But, look at these babies you got. The person who I'm speaking to hasn't. If this doesn't resonate with you, it's not your reading. You have to take time out of the world. You have to keep everybody away from you that you think caused you pain. Whether that's the person literally beside you right now, or the person you visit on the weekends or Mother's Day, or Father's Day, if you need to take 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, a year away from these people to sit within your own energy, then that's what you got to do. It's going to be the best year of your life because you're never going back. That's how you're going to beat it once and for all. This is how you're going to unchain yourself from the devil. You need to give yourself that time. You need to give yourself all the time, and your focus isn't to look good. Your focus isn't to live in a fancy house with fancy things. You literally may only need to go to the grocery store for food. Literally, like, we're not going to the bar. We're not celebrating birthdays for once. We're missing that person's wedding. That's what we're doing because we're taking this 3, 6, 9 months, however long you need. I mean, if this is something that's affected you since you were very, very young, like say you started doing drugs young, then you may need the whole year. I did. I couldn't even listen to music. I couldn't listen to music because music made me want to party. So, like, and that's how I cleaned my house. I cleaned my house with music. And then, so I'd put music on for a bit while I was trying to get my shit together. And then I would start getting that dancey dance feeling that makes me want to go out. And then I would just turn the music off. And sometimes I wouldn't finish cleaning the house. I would just leave it. And I'd come back at it. Because literally my only job, my number one job, was sobriety. That's your only job. You need to make it your only job, your only priority. Literally F everybody else. Literally F everybody else. Like, even, like, I understand you maybe got to see your kids or whatever. You know what? I took it off work and everything. I was like, okay, this is it. Luckily, I had what Canada has as EI for a bit. This was a long, long time ago now. This did not happen yesterday. This was quite a ways way back, but this is what I had to do. I got EI for, like, I don't know, maybe 9 or 10 months, and that, it paid my bills. But considering I wasn't going out or doing anything, did people get mad at me because I wouldn't answer my phone? Yeah, did people get mad at me because they couldn't reach me and it was their big wedding that, I wasn't coming to? It literally was do or die. It was like, either I'm going to be a good mom or I'm not. And it turns out I actually, at first I think I only thought it was going to be 3 months, and then, I thought, okay, maybe another 3 months is going to do the trick where, I'm not tempted anymore by things, like, to the point where, and even, I think even at one point in time, like, I kind of, like, was like, well, maybe I don't have to quit completely, maybe I just have to, like, no, what ended up happening was finally I ended up going back to work, and then work stressed me out, and then I was like, well, maybe I could just drink a little bit, or maybe I could just smoke weed a little bit. No. Unfortunately, when you start at a young age, like, your brain doesn't form right, and it becomes an addiction, right? Like, I think whoever says weed's not addicting is insane, because it is. People are just like, oh, I'm not addicted, I just like it. No, you can't live without it if you stop smoking it. And honestly, I think that's the least of the worries compared to the stuff out there. And I'm not about to sit here and tell all my business, but, when it came to even caffeine, I struggle with that to this day. I shouldn't be drinking caffeine because of health stuff, but I'm not taking 3 months off for that. So, the adder. If I remember correctly, snakes are a really good sign of, this is the symbol. Snakes are the symbol for our health, right? So we need to heal. We may need to heal a relationship. This could be, again, this could even be a couple. This could be like the boy star and this could be the girl star. Addicts cannot heal together. They have to heal separately. That's what I was told. And I don't know how true that is, but if you have to take a year apart, take a year apart. If this is, again, a grown-up and their child, then take the time apart, because you need to get your stuff together to be able to help them get their stuff together, right? Like, you have to lead the pack, my friend. My good friend. Queen of Wands is looking really stressed out. And then we have these three gentlemen here. We have three kings on deck. The King of Pentacles, the King of Wands, and the King of Cups. All possibly trying to... I don't know. I mean, it looks like they all want to come towards you, but it looks like every single one of them does not have good intentions. That could literally be, one of those guys could be your husband, one of those guys could be your dad, and another one could be your boss. But it does not seem like you're surrounded by good people. And when you're not surrounded by good people, I think we're speaking about possibly the Queen of Wands there. When you're not surrounded by good people doing good things, you're gonna, you know, you're not going to give yourself the chance that you need. Now, I did a pre-shuffle, so all the cards that are actually sitting on the desk right now are just, I didn't plan on using, but it's funny because it's falling right in line. We have two. This is a clover, and this is the clover in the other deck. So what that tells me is that this person may be on balance, but this person is also very, very lucky. And when somebody is very, very lucky, it means when they put their intention towards something, God's going to bring it to them. If you want to get sober, if you want to give yourself a chance, and of course we're talking to, like I said, this could be a neighbor, this could be a childhood friend of yours that's struggling. This could be you. But, you know, our job is to be a good friend and to help get this person turned back around. And if I'm that friend for you, I'm so happy that I could be here. But I want you to know you're going to put your intention towards healing. And God's going to make sure that you get the time to do so. Now, say you get 3-6 months under your belt of sobriety, that's when the devil's going to come back in and tempt you. It could be, I mean, usually he does right off the hop. If you're struggling with drinking, talk to your doctor about, there's a pill. There's a pill that helps you. If you're struggling with quitting cigarettes, people underestimate the nicotine addiction. The nicodemon is one of the worst demons I've ever seen. And, like, you know, if you're a mom, the last thing you want is your kid to start smoking cigarettes. And if they're seeing you smoke cigarettes, they're not gonna... Kids do what you do, not what you say. Like, my mom. Her do what I effing say, not what I effing do. To me, hearing that growing up was so stupid. I'm pretty sure I rebelled against that saying just for the simple fact I wanted to show her how dumb that was. But at this point, like, you need to walk away. Whatever you've been building here, whether that is an OF or some sort of... Because this is Saturn, right? So somebody's taken a lot of time to get this all together, but all in these cups. See how this card is green? I'm thinking either it was built on envy. This is almost a dark moon here, so it could have been built using dark magic, and that's coming back on you. That's another thing people get addicted to do that's not talked about a lot, is ritualistic magic or ceremonial magic, or anytime you're playing with the dark arts, like, you do know it comes back on you, right? It comes back on you. It might look like it works for a little bit, but the devil lies. It comes back on you. If you're doing beauty spells, you're gonna go bald, man. If you're doing come to me spells, like you're gonna end up getting either a psycho stalker or you'll get the man that of your dreams with a love spell, and it will be the wickedest, worst marriage you've ever had in your life. You'll regret the day ever meeting that person by the time the spell is complete. It's got to balance out. Energy can't be misaligned. It's always going to balance itself out. You know, if this, like I said, is your, like, a childhood friend or a cousin or a brother or a sister, because third house is that type of family, or that type of relationship, you know, you care, right? You know, sometimes caring means walking away at the same time. Maybe what this is saying is, you know, maybe you were an enabler. Maybe you were like, oh, she's not so bad when she hangs out with me. She's just really, really bad when she hangs around with this other people. So it's not that it's like every time we drink, we don't do cocaine, right? But every time she goes with that other group, she ends up for days at a time and blah, 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 blah. Maybe, like, you literally just got to walk away. Sometimes helping people is walking away. Tell me about this Eight of Cups, please. You know, it could be walking away from somebody who stole something from you. Maybe an opportunity, maybe actual money, material things. It could be even friends. You know, if this person, say, is like on cocaine, maybe they're sitting around a bunch of people just absolutely trashing your name with lies. For clout, you know, so say you were starting a business and someone you thought was your best friend turns out to be not your best friend. It actually happens to be your worst enemy. Happens way more than you think. It's funny because I also have Thief out there in the pre-shuffle. This is also something that was planned for a long period of time, and this is something that was done for a long period of time. This could be something that was based on emotional, you know, this person could be crashing out. Your childhood friend could be crashing out due to something that they had done to you and is now overwhelmed with guilt. Somehow their child is involved. One of their two children are involved. I don't know how that is, but you guys tell me all the time that, you know, I may not understand how this rings true, but to you, you guys are like, oh my god, you don't know how right you are, blah, 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 blah. And please do tell in the comments. I read all your comments. I got a favorite commenter right now. Oh my gosh, what's her name? It's like another mystic type thing, or... Oh my gosh. I will comment on your comments. Thank you so much for commenting. I see you. I definitely do. And I love you so much. So, Ace of Cups here. Maybe you have unconditional love for this person. Or maybe this person has unconditional love for... like, this person really wants this type of lifestyle, right? And maybe that's where all their energy and focus goes. But, you know, they have these little ones over here. I mean, they could be, like, grown-ass children as well. But you could be, you know, negatively influencing... Like, say you are doing OF. And, you know, you have lots of money and you're kind of famous now and you got a lot of stuff. But, like... Your son is super embarrassed that his mom's, like, his friend seen his mom or something like that. But there can be too much love for money, you know? Too much love for the spotlight. Too much love that would make you do things... Man, it would... Maybe they love this about you. and they wanted to take it. Maybe you're not somebody that struggles with needing, maybe like you're self-made. You could be a self-made person and your friend's a little envious because they've had to lie, cheat, and steal. And like I said, it's something they've been doing over a long period of time. They're heavily burdened by this for working with this group. It's funny because I think there's only one lady in this picture, and I feel like this is her. She worked with a group, or she was working with a group, because somebody's walked away from something. She could have been working with a group, and now Tower's coming in. They want to apologize, but justice is being served. And whatever they stole, possibly from a King of Pentacles, is now being seen. And it's clear exactly who and what, or where this opportunity should have gone. Now, this could be like a large financial gift, like an inheritance, or really, honestly, it looks like a good job, like a really well-paying good job. Maybe somebody convinced them that they were the high priestess when in fact they were stealing all of your intellectual content. If you're, maybe you're a YouTube creator, right? Spirit's telling me, like, you need to walk away from this person and keep walking. This person really does need to heal. And this person needs to step up and be a parent. And, like I said, take the time to do whatever it is they need to do. I was feeling, like, real helpful and stuff with this person in the beginning. And now I'm just feeling a little bit frustrated because, like, if you only knew the kind of chaos and illusions this person did create about you, maybe you wouldn't be so sympathetic. But the law seen them, right? Somebody's got plans to come towards the high priestess now that they know who the real one is. I don't know if the high priestess is actually going to be accepting of any, you know, it's one thing to accept an apology, but, like, that doesn't mean you are back into your old bestie's life, right? Like, hey, sorry for the last, 25 years I've been in her hometown slandering your name and making sure everybody knows that you're, undesirable in some way, shape, or form. It seems like whoever they were spewing this stuff to on their alcohol, cocaine binges has actually learned who is who and what is what. I just hope that your friend, cousin, brother, old neighbor, whoever it is from your childhood gets the help that they need. Because if they don't conquer this in this lifetime, they certainly will be coming back here for the next, and this dimension isn't getting any easier to live in. Again, I did a good shuffle. Emperor came out again. So the boss man, I don't know, is coming in quick here. Some sort of quick change is coming in. Maybe stopping some sort of, like, this is somebody's angel coming in to save this couple, right? To, like, no, don't eat the apple, don't eat the apple. But it looks like somebody wants to come in, kind of like a knight in shining armor, and take out the person that was doing this. Like I said, whether that's your old friend or not, they're really stressed out about that. They may even be going to travel to complete this. Maybe come towards you to complete this, but no. Justice is here. It's way too late to balance things out. The leader of the group knows exactly what's what and who's what. The Hermit the Emperor, I think, has went within and really taken a look. And I just saw the Page of Swords, maybe even keeping their eye on you to, like, I feel like somehow, like, your friend, like, stole your identity, not in the way, maybe physically, you know what, this could actually be physically, but your friend could have stole your identity, like, almost like wore your personality as a skin suit, you know, pretending to be you, and now is in some sort of disassociative type energy, because, you know, you can't really keep that up, and the cat's out of the bag here. I wish this friend healing. You know, normally I would say, if this was my friend, I would say I'd like to help you out, but it kind of looks like whatever this person did is, the only way you would want to help this person is to stay away from them, and pray for them from a distance. If you forgive this person, forgive them from a distance, but you don't let the rabid fox back into your life after you got him out of, you know, out of your way there. I don't think I need any more cards. Reading is also getting long. Sorry for the rambles, but I do want to get a couple. So Grand Pumbaa, so somebody was the main character of whatever the bad things that were happening in your life. I saw the letter B. I saw Death Cult, and I saw Sister. Something to do with Agenda 2030, or maybe conspiracy theories in general. I just saw Evil. I also saw Went Down Hard. In the Woods and Time to Go. Cursebreaker. Great White Buffalo, the one that got away. And Like a Cat. Somebody got 9 lives. I have a feeling that would be you. Well, sorry your friend's a piece of shit. Hopefully they get her shit together. And, you know, be a good influence for their kid who seems to be going down the same path. I love you. I hope this has helped. And if you have any questions, I will see you in the comments. Peace.